Well, the conversation started when this one was small and eating more eggs than I wanted to buy. And we started considering having eggs right in our backyard. And when I did the research, I just fell in love with the idea.
Wonderful.
So about 3 years ago, we got our backyard chickens and haven't looked back.
Would you mind giving us a tour of your backyard coop?
Sure. So this is actually a hand-me-down coop from a friend, and it served us well. It's designed to hold 5 chickens. We only have 3 at the time. And we nestled it in between these 2 crepe myrtle trees just because we honestly thought it would be cute and provide the chickens with some shade during the heat of summer. The crepe myrtles go dormant in the winter, so then they have plenty of sun to keep them warm in the winter also. So it's been a really good spot for us. And then I love that my kids, all of whom are not as tall as Marshall here, can help me harvest eggs. So they come over and it's a chore that they can help with and check for eggs. We don't have any yet today, but it's just right at their height and that side's, poking out for convenience. Then we felt that it would be good for the girls to be able to stretch their legs a bit because they're not been in the coop the entire day. So my husband built this covered run just adjacent to the ivy wall, and that gives them a little space to stretch their legs. And that was honestly just because we liked the idea. I understand they don't need it, but that was our preference.
But that keeps
And
them
again,
happy.
it's just kind of tucked in, and we planted things around it, and they take care of any weeds growing inside or stray grass because they eat the bugs and the grass adjacent. But
It's a beautiful coop. Well, what a wonderful backyard.
thank you.
How long have you lived here?
About 13 years.
Wonderful. And how many chickens do you have?
We only have 3 right now, but we do hope to have more because this one keeps growing and eating more eggs.
Yes, a growing boy. Do you know what breed your chickens are?
We decided to get a variety in order to have a healthy herd, and so we have 1 Rhode Island Red, 1 Brahma, and 1 Buck Orpington.
Wonderful. Those are all good laying eggs.
They are
hens.
predictable.
What are the names of your pet hens?
Well, one is Princess Lay-A-Lot because we hope she lays a lot of eggs. The others were named for the kids. One is Mrs. Chickadee, our 2-year-old at the time named her, and the other, the light Brahma, is named Panda for her white and
Panda.
black feathers.
Do you have a favorite hen? And if so, why?
My personal favorite is Mrs. Chickadee because she likes to be held and pet on her back,
Yeah.
and it's
They're-
fun.
They
It's
can be
fun.
very social and friendly that way.
And she'll talk to me when I come out to feed them in the morning. If I speak chicken, she speaks back to me.
What chores do you have to do to maintain your backyard flock?
Well, their health obviously comes first, so making sure that daily we check the feeder and the water, that it's clean and full. And then about monthly we do a deep clean of the coop. But my husband does the dirty work, and he would say it's the easiest pet we've ever had.
Yeah.
He was the hard sell at first, but after doing the chores for a couple years, he says it's no sweat.
Yeah, that's what most people find. They're pretty low maintenance and easy to take care of.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny stories to share with us about your chickens?
Well, there's lots of sillies, but the first one that comes to mind is we have a 90-pound golden retriever, and we didn't know how he would take to the chickens nor how the chickens would take to him, but they were juveniles, I think. I looked out the sliding glass door and he was sprawled out and Mrs. Chickadee was perched on his back, and they were both just kind of chilling, relaxing together.
Yeah, they became friends.
They became friends, and she was resting on his back while he was taking his morning nap.
Oh,
And it
I
just
hope
made
you got
us,
a picture of that.
I didn't. It was one of those moments where it's like, don't get the camera because it will destroy it, By the time I run back, it'll be gone. So I just have that picture in my heart.
So I'm curious, do you have a favorite egg dish that you make? And if so, what is it?
My favorite is what we've affectionately called in our house the kitchen sink casserole. So it's whatever vegetables are available with some spices mixed in, and I just zip it in the food processor, throw it in a baking dish, and eggs on top of it, it turns into an awesome casserole
wonderful.
every time.
And
And the kids eat a lot of vegetables.
A lot of those vegetables probably come from your backyard garden
Well,
also.
in the past, no, but this is my next step of having basically a healthy backyard homestead, is trying to make sure that these growing kids, I have 4 kids, 8 and under, that I know where their eggs come from, I know where their food comes from, I know the chickens are loved, I know the plants are not sprayed with anything that might hurt them. And then it's an awesome opportunity for them to harvest and care for something that, you know, feeds them, connects them to their food.
Right. Yeah. I found that chickens oftentimes lead people into other healthy hobbies like composting and gardening. It seems like you've started that.
I would definitely say that we are poster children for that. The chickens were step 1, and then each little success fuels you to the next thing. And mostly, like we were saying earlier, realizing how easy it is to do something so meaningful.
What advice would you give to someone that was planning to start their own backyard flock?
I would say just dive in with courage, and then don't be afraid to ask for help, whether it's local feed or Facebook groups. Where we bought our chicks in town, they are so kind and patient with what anyone might feel is a stupid question. They're just wanting to help you succeed and wanting to help you have healthy animals.
I've become a big part of the backyard hen enthusiast community, and that's been my experience also. A lot of friendly people willing to help each other. Is there anything you would like to say to our city council members?
I just think this is a freedom and a privilege that our community would protect with good behavior. I believe that we are good neighbors to those around us. The only comments we've had from our neighbors are our backyard neighbor affectionately looking over and saying, "Oh, I remember when I had chickens as a boy. How fun for your boys." And I do believe that our citizens will step up and protect this privilege by taking care of their flock and being gracious neighbors.
What do you like best about having chickens?
It's the utilitarian side. I like a fresh, perfect egg. I never stop marveling when I open up the nesting box and pick up the egg, and it's just this tiny little miracle. And then again, being able to confidently feed something that I know is healthy and fresh to my children. It gives me that power of knowing where it came from and to whom I'm giving it to. It's a pride as a mom, right? To take care of your children in that way. So
absolutely. The food bought at the grocery store, you really don't have any assurances of knowing how old the eggs are or how they truly were produced.
Right.
Well, listen to how noisy those hens are. I mean,
Well, that was the funny when I was telling a friend that when we first did all of our research, I confidently bought our chicks at the store, and then persistently, person after person asked me how I felt about a rooster in my yard. And then I started to second guess myself. I know that my chicks don't need a rooster in order to lay eggs, but it was so persistently a misunderstanding that I fact checked what I already knew. And they make their cute little gobbly, clucks when their egg is turning and when they're laying. But other than that, they're quiet.
Yeah, they've been very quiet.
Because they don't need a rooster to lay an egg. And we're not in the business of having chicks in our yard. We want our laying hens.
No, thank you so much for letting us visit your beautiful backyard and get to meet your wonderful hens.
I really hope that other people get the privilege of taking care of some of these feather friends, because they've really enriched our lives as a family.
What do you like about your backyard hens?
I like that they roam around the yard and eat the bugs.
Now, do you have any chores or responsibilities with the chickens and chicken coop?
No, not really.
What is this chicken's name?
This is Chickadee. This one is Matheson's, the youngest of the boys. Come on. And he really, really likes her because, she doesn't peck at all.
Well, she looks like a wonderful pet.
Yeah, she is.
Thank you.
Them cousins are T-Rexes.